and welcome to the Vicarage in Priest. Welcome to, what are you doing?
I want this down here. Really.
To Cooking with Caleb, The Return. We've got new t-shirts printed. So we want to say thank you to Claire and to FM Branding for sorting us out so quickly. And welcome to our new kitchen. It doesn't lend itself quite as well to cooking as it does to cooking, but to live streaming cooking as the old kitchen. But hopefully we've set up quite well. Are you going to say hello to our friends and fans?
Hello, nice to be back. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. So we want to give a particular shout out this morning to some of our super fans. So super fans, can you think of any of our super fans?
Well, I think the Gomperts, they're
the
super
Gomperts
fans,
family are super fans. We've also got Frankie and Ralph who are super fans.
And Nicola and Layla.
Yeah, Nicola and Layla, and I think Gail probably qualifies as a super fan, doesn't she?
Fan, yeah.
Auntie Gail, we'll give you a wave, Gail. We might make lemon curd one week. Anyway, we also want to give a shout out to our local primary schools, so to Priest Church of England Primary School and also to Wicksaw Church of England Primary School. There are some children in school at the moment, and it might be that they will watch this on another day.
Yes, or you might hear them at break time.
You might hear the break
coming
time.
up, I believe.
But we've got a new feature, haven't we, right now?
Yes, we've got a new feature to introduce our recipes.
Yeah, so we introduce Rudy's recipes. Shut the door because there's a mess out there.
Where's Rudy?
Okay, so where's Rudy? So we're introducing you to Rudy. Rudy is our 11-week-old Sprocker puppy, and this is Rudy's recipe for us for this week, which has been recommended by Pippa. He obviously won't eat any, but he would like to. So do you want to read out the ingredients, and I will point to them?
So today's Rudy's recipe is custard cream hearts.
Although they may not be hearts because we haven't got a heart cutter.
Okay, they're more sort of just custard cream misshapes. And the ingredients for the biscuits, you will need 175 grams of plain flour. So we're staying metric even though we've left the EU.
Yeah.
Then 3 tablespoons of Bird's custard powder, which isn't so metric. Then 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
Yes, which we haven't put out yet, but that's going to be there.
50 grams of unsalted butter.
Yep.
50 grams of something called vegetable shortening.
Yeah, which most of us would probably call Trex, which would probably be, the Trex.
3 tablespoons of caster sugar.
Yes, we haven't got caster sugars, we've got granulated sugar.
Hopefully we've got 1 egg.
Yes, we've got 1 egg.
And 1 tablespoon of milk or something else. Oh, 1 milk or more.
Yes. Okay, and then also, what else do we need for the filling, please?
There's more things, come on.
There's more things, we haven't finished.
And then for the filling we'll need 1 tablespoon of, another tablespoon of Bird's custard powder.
Yep.
Okay, I'll bring it to you.
Yeah.
100, he's the only one with that t-shirt, 100 grams of icing sugar.
Yes, here. Yep.
50 grams of soft unsalted butter.
Yep.
Ooh, and a teaspoon of boiling water.
Yeah, there's some hot water. So we're going to say goodbye to you.
Goodbye.
And you can give us the recipe for next week at the end. So goodbye, Rudy. Caleb's going to wash his hands again because he just touched the dog, who, although we love him, clearly isn't very hygienic. And Rudy's recipes will come back at the end of the session. Thank you. Right, so when you're ready, Caleb. Okay, I hope you've washed your hands if you're cooking along. I hope you've washed your hands anyway. We're still washing our hands a lot, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes. Right, I'm going to swap sides with you.
Why?
Okay, I'm not. Because the recipe's there. I'll tell you what you need.
No, you can do it. I just don't like standing on the right hand side. It's very cool.
Okay, well, carry on. Do you want to check our comments on our stream? Hello, Rudy. Rudy's come back to help out. Right, so Caleb, here we go. You will need a bowl. Oh, hang on. He's just checking the comments so we can see what you've got to say. Oh, that's not going to work because it's my face ID.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was trying to keep you over here.
Okay, enough. So, we're going to put into our bowl the flour.
Yes, the flour.
Now, we've sieved this already, but you would need to sieve this if you were going to... I've got a dog biting my legs. Right, you've got to behave.
Put the flour in.
Put the flour in. Don't you should have taken in with you. So the flour goes in, the custard powder goes in.
So that's this pinky thing.
Yep, the custard powder. Thank you.
Why is it pink? Because custard's obviously
yellow, isn't it? For
Yeah,
those
very
of us
strange.
well versed in.
Well, first in custard. You need a teaspoon of baking powder. So that needs to be a level teaspoon. And it's very exciting. Rudy's got no idea why we're talking to the wall. Yeah, level teaspoon of baking. That's probably a bit roundy. Yeah. Okay. Baking powder. And then you're going to stir that together with a spoon. So just mix that in well. I have to say we've not made this recipe ourselves yet, so it's hard to tell how well it works. We've already preheated our oven, haven't we?
Yes, to a 180 degrees, 160 fan, or gas mark 4.
Yeah, so the oven's been preheated, and we've also pre-greased our baking sheets and put baking powder on them. Not baking powder, baking paper. Okay, so then to your dry mixture, you're going to add the sugar. We're going to add the sugar?
I don't know what to say. Butter?
Yes, sugar.
Butter?
No, sugar. Trust me, add the sugar.
Where does it say that?
Honestly, put the sugar in.
It doesn't say that though.
It does. Yeah. Tip the sugar.
We haven't finished this off yet, have we?
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, we're going to put in the butter and the tracks. Okay, sorry.
Is either butter okay?
No, not that butter.
Okay,
So
but
we've
can we agree that's
Yeah,
the right thing?
that is the right thing to do. We're going to put in the butter. I'm going to wash my hands again. We're going to put in the butter and the tracks, and then we're going to rub it in.
You see, what would you do without me there? You wouldn't have got
I
that.
don't know what's happened to the tea towel.
Oh, I've brought it over here.
Oh, okay. So rub it in. So do you remember, Caleb, how to rub in?
So you don't use a spoon.
No.
So we take the spoon out.
Take the spoon out.
Put that in there.
Okay. Yeah. And you use your, what do you use, Caleb?
Fingers and thumbs.
It's a fingers and thumbs moment. So you mix it together with your fingers and thumbs, rubbing the fat into the flour and the custard powder and the baking powder. How's that going for you? Should we see who else is watching? Move over a bit, then I'll swap around with you. Okay, so people are greeting Rudolph. It's very nice to see you. So we're going to say hello to Gail, hello to, oh, we're a bit quiet.
We can be.
Yeah, apparently we are a bit quiet, so we're going to try and speak up. We have got a microphone that we moved out of the way. Hopefully this will be better. I'll stick the microphone on myself. We have got a dog, so he's trying to eat the microphone lead and jump up to it. And hello to Di. So nice to see Di there. So how's your fingers and thumbs mixing in going?
Oh, it could be better, but it's getting there.
Getting there. Okay.
It's all about patience, isn't it? It's all about getting it right.
Yeah, it's about patience. So we're mixing that in well, and then to that we're going to mix in the sugar. I'm guessing I should have got something to mix the egg into, or maybe we're just going to put it in. The lack of preparation. How's that going?
What do you think? That's all right.
I think that's all right now.
I'll wash my hands again.
Yeah, wash your hands again. So that's almost right. So we're going for the consistency of breadcrumbs, really. It is quite sticky, which I think is the trend. I don't often use vegetable shortening, do you? If you haven't got that, you can use butter, apparently.
I've never heard of it before.
Haven't you?
No.
No.
I don't really think it's a real thing.
Yeah, well, it is. I bought it.
Yes,
Right.
I don't think so.
No. Okay. So what do we do next, Caleb?
Tip the sugar in and pulse again.
Okay. Well, it's pulse again because Nigella uses a food processor,
Oh, okay.
and we're using your hands.
Okay, well, where's the...
The sugar is there. Okay.
and then you want to... You
Yeah.
can do that if you want.
I'll still
But then what you want to do is you want to beat the egg and the tablespoon of milk together.
Okay, so you're going to need a cup or something.
I'll put it in here.
That's not a tablespoon, I haven't really measured it. So we're just going to put the egg into, I was almost ready, you see, we're going to put the egg into a cup, beat that together, and find again, there's the egg, and find a tablespoon of milk. And I can't actually do the tablespoon, which I thought I'd left out. Have I left the tablespoon out? Yep, so we've got a tablespoon of milk. That's not the best way of doing it. We're going to have milk all over the floor in a minute. There we go. So the milk goes in with the egg, and then that's going to get beaten together. And then my guess is that all goes into here, doesn't it? And you can get the wooden spoon out again. tidy up as you go along. Okay, that's enough.
You want to start stirring. You want to keep. Where's the one that you use?
Yeah.
You want to keep stirring and I'll gently pour in.
Okay, so stir as this is gently poured in. Are you gently pouring?
You may need more milk, less milk, more egg, less egg. You never know.
What do you mean less egg? You can't take less egg.
It says less egg. That's okay.
Okay.
That's what it is. I think we need more milk personally.
Oh, I think that might come together. I'm feeling quite optimistic about that. Okay, so this was stirred together into, how's she describing it? A thick paste or something?
It clumps together into a ball.
A ball. Okay, it's clumping together into a ball. So I'm just going to move these things over here. So some of this is ready for the filling.
No, it's going to go so well for us. We've got to know.
Sorry? Yes, no, we're not doing that. So if you had the time, you would now wrap this in cling film and rest it.
So you got to make it into a ball and press it down to a flat disc.
Yes, so but we're not going to do that because we're not going to rest it
Okay.
in cling film. But what we are going to do is we're going to put some cling film on the table, please, and then roll this out. So we're only putting it on the table because the table we're going to use in a minute for our craft activity. So you probably wouldn't do this necessarily if you weren't then going to do something else on the table. Thank you. So you're going to put a little bit of flour on the table. So this is quite sticky, what we've made. So it might be that you don't need the whole tablespoon of milk. So I don't know if anyone's baking along at home, but if you are, hopefully you haven't put in the whole tablespoon of milk. So you're going to roll this out, Caleb?
Yeah, where's the...
It's right in front of you. Hang on, let me get these bits. So it's quite yellow. It's beginning to look a bit like custard.
It looks a bit like butternut squash or sweet potato.
It does look like sweet potato or butternut squash.
Making me a bit hungry actually. Nice bit of butternut squash, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there you go. Right. So it's practically roll it out, and then I don't know how thick. That's very wet, isn't it? So do you want to put some more flour on there? Do you want me to? That's it. So I'm sure if you rest it, it isn't quite so soggy. But we'll give that another go, shall we, Cal? Now we couldn't find any heart-shaped cutters, so I've got a circle. I've found a star, and then I found a duck and a penguin. So I know it's not probably traditional sort of custard cream shapes, but I thought we could make some of each. The recipe apparently will make 28 biscuits, which obviously you're going to then jam together, sort of wedge together with the filling. So that makes 14 biscuits. So how's it going, Claire?
That was another way. Oh, okay, well.
Yeah. So it's quite soft, isn't it?
So you want to make it thickness of 4 millimeters.
Yeah. So it's about.
Probably a bit thickness, but that's alright.
Yeah. Is it even?
I think so, yeah.
Do you think so? Okay. Yeah, it doesn't need to be that
Probably,
close.
probably not.
Probably not. Okay, looks a bit thicker at this end. Okay. So what are you going to do? What shapes are you cutting out? Okay. And if you break it, just press it back down again. Roll it over. Keep going. What do you think, Aaron?
They're going really well actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, that'll do. Right.
I'm going to start off with a duck.
So you do 2 of each thing for sticking together.
That's 1 duck.
Yeah. Okay.
On top of here.
Yeah.
Okay, like that. Everybody.
Yeah.
Gently does it.
I don't know what cutters you've got. I keep thinking I'll buy new cutters, but then I always think I don't bake that much
No, I'm going to do a penguin.
Okay.
Just because, you know,
because it's there.
it's that time of year.
That time of year.
Penguins come out in January, I've heard.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
You might have to stock up so you get picked up on the
Sorry,
microwave.
I thought the microphone wasn't on me. Then a couple of stars, because
Okay,
you might
2
as well.
stars because we're still in the season of Epiphany. I think we should do quite a few stars. I think the stars will work quite well.
But the issue with the stars is they're not very big, are they?
They're not very big, but then they'll cook quite quickly.
Oh, but you'll have very small biscuits.
You will have small biscuits. So if you've got larger shapes, obviously you're going to get large biscuits.
Yes. So they're large individual.
Yeah. For people who like a big biscuit. So we we probably want to make sure these are evenly spread out. I'm guessing they are going to grow a little bit in size when they're baking. And obviously there's a risk because of the different sizes we're using that some will cook quicker than others. And also some are a bit thick and thin, aren't they? Oh, that's a bit better. So do you want to take that for a minute? Do you want me to just roll the rest up and
Oh, I can do that, yeah.
2, 4, 6. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to put the first tray in the oven. So how long do these go in for here?
Let's try and find out.
I think it's about 12 minutes, isn't it?
15 minutes, but I think we'll do 12 and check our oven's quite hot, isn't
We're
it?
going to do 12. So our oven here, which we're very grateful for, does cook quite hot and quite quickly. So we've burned quite a lot of things, really, haven't we, since we've been here. So we'll just roll out some more. Do you want to have a chat with some of our friends?
Well,
on
I can do, yeah.
who's there? What they're up to?
Yeah, hello, everybody. I think we already said hello to June and Gail, haven't we?
We said hello to Gail. Do you
Yes,
want to take that?
yes. Hello to June as well. I can see you're watching. Lovely to have you. St Mary's Church. We've got the whole church apparently is watching, which is rather enjoyable. Hopefully you're not all gathered together, so that's good.
Yeah, keep your distance if
Yeah.
you are.
Sorry, I'm going to scroll down. I don't want to get your phone to custody. Diane, have we said hello to Diane already?
Yeah, we said hi to Diane.
Well, that's alright. Well, that seems to be everyone who's popping up.
Yeah.
If you are there, let us know.
Yeah.
If you are there and you don't want us to talk to you, that's alright as well.
Yes.
Well, that's not very good, is it?
No, I'm just going quickly though.
I know, but you're taking his head off almost.
Okay, so do you want to tell us a little bit about what our Bible story is going to be about?
Our Bible story this week, we're doing something that we did in church this week, aren't we?
Yes. And which actually, some people are going to be doing in church this Sunday as well.
And so we're going to be doing it in church this Sunday. If you're here or somewhere else.
No,
or-
somewhere else. We're doing,
If you're somewhere else, you'll be doing it this Sunday.
yeah, we're doing Plough Sunday this Sunday.
We're doing plough Sunday. Everyone loves a good plough. Don't they? What we're doing today is John the Baptist, and we're going to specifically look at the baptism of Jesus, I believe, aren't we?
We are. And so at the beginning of the church,
Calendar year.
yeah, at the beginning of the calendar year, we talked about the wise men, didn't we, on Sunday?
That's what I did. Yes, I don't know about you.
I did. You should have been listening, thinking about that.
I was.
No, I was preaching a very good sermon.
It went on a while last week. I was in charge of tech.
Yes.
Yes, and generally being lovely to people.
Yes.
But
And that went well.
I was quite pleased with myself, really. Oh, is it raining or snowing outside?
Yeah. We've had a bit of snow this morning, haven't we?
Yes.
Right. I think this will
Sorry.
do.
That's right. Yeah. Well, we can make an oddball, couldn't we, afterwards?
Yeah. Here we go.
We're running out of room anyway.
We're running.
So I'm going to pop these bad boys in as well and set a separate timer for them.
Yep. And I'm going to have a quick tidy up. So you have to put that down. We're going to have a tidy up so that we can come to our story time. But before we do that, we might want to start to make the filling, mightn't we?
We could do.
So
Well, they're right already.
now, in an ideal world, you would have rested your dough in the fridge for about 20 minutes before you rolled it out. And when you come to put your biscuits together, you'll make sure they cool properly. But we're going to make our filling now, just so that we can sort of show you. And then we will put one or two together, but they would probably be better put together when they're cold, won't they?
Yep.
So, here's another bowl. So what are you popping in there, Claire?
So to make the custard cream, the cream element of the custard cream, you want to put your custard powder. So again, we're looking for the pinky flour.
Yeah.
Pop that bad boy in. So that again, that's around, you're looking at a tablespoon of Bird's custard powder. Well, I suppose other brands are available. I don't really know. I've never really looked into custard powder.
Yeah, other brands are available.
Icing sugar as well. So that's this bad boy here.
Yep.
As you can see, you might be able to see actually, we've got a bit of pinkness going on in there as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was by design or.
No, by accident.
Yes. Yeah, put that together. Put it together, please.
Okay. Yeah, so stir that in, and then you add in.
Oh no, I'm still in charge.
Oh, you're still in charge.
You just need to do a better job of keeping up. Butter.
Okay, butter.
Then you want to mix that together.
Yeah, so Nigella uses a food processor for that, but we're not, we're just going to use a spoon.
But we can still blitz it with a spoon, I would say.
Oh, do you think?
Oh, I think you can blitz it, yeah.
Okay.
So that you want to do that until it gets smooth or something, I think it is.
Yeah, nice and smooth. So,
Smooth cream. Smooth cream is what you ask, not double cream, smooth cream.
Yeah. Okay. So
I say it's quite tricky doing it on this day. It's low down, isn't it?
This table is a bit low down.
If you're a bit taller.
I know. I was thinking. I think for next time we will raise the table by putting bricks under the legs. So if anybody's got any bricks who live locally, we could do with 4 bricks to put under our table legs to raise it up a bit. So I'll do this, and then shall we go straight into the story, Caleb? Do you want to move?
Yeah, you got to add it. I'm going to put the kettle on.
I'm making a mess. No, don't put the kettle on. Go on and put the kettle on. We're going to add a little bit of boiling water to this in a minute. But Caleb is going to clear the table, ready for our story and our craft. So, as you know, we usually tell a Bible story, and we have a song, and I've written you a song especially to a nursery rhyme sheet that you'll be familiar with, and we've also got our craft activity. So, I've cleared the table, and I can screw this together. If you have got a food processor, this would be like the quickest, easiest thing to make, because everything can go into the food processor, and then you get on the fun part of the rolling things together, don't you? And cutting out shapes. Thank you, Dom. So, right. Thank you. Okay, off we go.
Tricks of baking things.
Yes. So we've got our cooling rack ready for in a minute. But we are now we're going to tell the story first.
I think so, yeah, why not? I mean, that's traditionally how things go. We're just going to do a little bit of boiling water. We're supposed to do a teaspoon, but we're just going to...
A tiny bit. Whoa, that'll be fine.
I don't think that's enough really.
No, I don't, that's enough. Do a tiny bit more.
You all get all...
Oop, that's fine.
It all gets a bit all tense in here sometimes.
It does get a bit tense. So a tiny bit of boiling water just to help it come together. And Caleb's got a story, and I've got the story box
Hello.
behind me.
Yes, it's...
Do you want to put it out?
yeah, sorry, yeah.
So, some of you will remember the story box from last time, and I bought some of it with me when we moved house, which is obviously a slightly strange thing to do, but I really hoped we wouldn't need to be doing this again, and that we wouldn't go back into lockdown, but there we go.
The flat one, right?
So anyway, so the story today is set in the desert. So we've got our usual picture,
2,000 years ago.
2,000 years ago, but we've now got some desert scenery. So I don't know if you can see that nicely. We've got the desert, we've got the sun, yes. And then we've also got the River Jordan.
The River Jordan.
The River Jordan.
Some of us in the room have been to the River Jordan, haven't we?
Yeah, we've been to the River
I
Jordan.
haven't, you have been, no.
I've been, yeah.
Yes, I don't think I have been.
Yes. So, do you want the microphone to talk about the story?
Well, I could do, yes. I mean, it's seeing blind, isn't it?
Yes. Okay.
So we're talking about John the Baptist and Jesus. So if you want to read the more adult version, and I don't mean adult in terms of
Yeah, just the
R
grown-up
rating
version.
or anything, just
Yeah.
grown-up style. It's Matthew 3:13 to 17.
Yeah.
Yes,
Got it.
I'll start. John was calling out to all the people, get ready, someone special is coming. Who is coming, the people asked. Someone special is coming from God, replied John. How do we have to get ready, the people asked. Say sorry for the wrong things you've done, John told them, and come to the river and be baptized. So you can see in our story, the people, can you see John?
Yep.
And you can see the river.
Yeah, I know that.
One day, however, John saw Jesus coming. At once he knew that God had sent that person he had promised, and that person was Jesus. Baptize me, Jesus said to John. But you're God's special one, John said. I can't baptize you. But it's what God wants just now, Jesus told him. So then what happened was that John baptized Jesus.
You're going to make a splashing noise.
It wasn't very splashy there.
Yeah.
And then two special things happened at the same time. A beautiful white bird seemed to come and rest on Jesus to show that the Holy Spirit was there to help Jesus. Then God's gentle voice was heard saying, Jesus is my own son, and I'm very pleased with him. Oh, that was it, sorry.
Is that it?
That's it, yes.
Oh, okay, so that's the end
That's
of the
what I
story.
meant, yeah.
So I don't know, have you got a nice picture there that you want to show a bit closer to the screen? Because we're using, again, the, what's it called, Kev?
The big Bible story.
The big Bible storybook, which I know one or two of you have brought. and here is a picture of Jesus and John. So we have, we've got John. Thank you. Okay.
I thought I pointed out who John was.
Okay. So we've got John here.
Well, you think John's the taller one?
And we've got Jesus here, and then I've got a bit of a dove. So as you know, we like to do a craft. Now I'm a bit limited with craft activities. So today's craft looks very much like what we did for Pentecost, you'll be glad to know. And I've made, it's a baptism crown, okay, with drops of water and a dove on the top. So Caleb is now going to make one of these, and we all know how well this goes. So pin that onto yourself. We'll just move this over here. Now, if you've got what you need at home, I'm hoping that you've got some strips of card to make the crown shape. So I think you're going to need 2 strips to stick together. Okay?
I think you might be right.
Yeah, so we're going to stick the card together to make a circle. Oh.
Come
Yeah,
on.
I know. It's not going very well for me now. Hang on, I use my teeth. So, there we go.
Yeah, good.
Now you can make yours fit perfectly. You probably won't have time to do that. You want to do it the other way? That's not going to work that way. No, just put it down because the sellotape's not going to stick. It'll hold it. There we are.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so, and then you need to cut out, if you've got some blue paper, you could cut out some raindrop shapes or you could do something that looks like the splashing of water. So, like waterfall type ideas. So the idea of the water that's splashed on us during our baptism. So, oh nice. So, yeah. And I did think you could, if you wanted to, you could put the date of your baptism on your crown, couldn't you? If you've been baptised. And if you haven't been baptised, it doesn't matter, you can still make the shape. So what's this? Okay. So this is water flowing, is it, Caleb?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're doing this at home, you might have a bit more time. Now that's the buzzer going to say that the first batch are ready. So that's water. It looks oh, they look alright, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to have to interrupt the crafting here for a bit of baking. So do you want to show the camera? What do you think?
Oh, yeah, look good. It's not quite good enough.
They do. Oh, careful. Some are a little bit burnt. So the thinner ones have cooked quite well. So I'm guessing the other things we need.
There's a couple more minutes, but
A
they'll be
couple
ready
more
soon.
minutes. So yeah, so they look alright. We'll ice those up in a moment.
Let's finish our craft activity.
We will finish craft. So we've got some water down the side of the crown. And
That
then
thing looks very nice, actually.
it does. And then we've got to, no, water goes down, not up. Oh, is your water going to go up?
No, it's not at the moment. But I'm just
And then we're going to draw around our hands, which we have done before, to make a dove shape. So do you want me to, you can draw around your own hand. So the thumb becomes like the beak of the bird, and the head, and the rest of your fingers become like the tail. So, lovely, that's fine. Would you like me to cut that out?
I've got a very odd
You've got odd shaped fingers. Caleb's left-handed, so I haven't actually been kind enough to find any left-handed scissors for him.
The one of the scissors are actually in a different place, actually, as well.
Are they? Where are your left-handed scissors?
They're at the university.
Okay, so Caleb's home from university for lockdown, and again,
It feels like quite a long time, really.
yeah,
Yes, but that's why I haven't got anything that's useful.
no,
You don't do that.
I'm going to take this off so that you can talk to people about your exams and things that you've been doing this week.
I don't have to.
Well, you don't have to, but there you are.
Hello, yes. I've had one exam. I have another one coming up. You know how things go at Christmas time. You know, it's all sunshine and rainbows and laughter, isn't it? Until it's not, isn't it? Really. When the fun stops. As I say on the telly.
Yeah.
So yes, so we've got our hand being put out here.
And I'm going to make a little beak.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that.
There we go.
Now, I can't really see how that's going to be a bird. Could you?
That's a bird.
Okay. Is that all
It is a
happens?
bird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is what happens to it. Nothing more, and there's pipe cleaners somewhere.
They're on the floor. Should I get them?
Yes, please. So we've got a pipe cleaner. I'm quite a fan of a pipe cleaner, as you know, because they can be nice and bendy. And so we're going to attach. There we go. You probably ought to use scissors rather than your teeth. We're going to attach the pipe cleaner to the dove, to the top of the dove, and then we're going to attach the dove to the crown. And then Caleb's going to get something more sensible to put the biscuits on the. Okay, maybe not.
Oh, well.
Okay, so usually you'd use a spatula to take your biscuits, put them on the tray. Okay, so here we go. There's a dove.
Okay.
Okay.
So you want to put your dove, to a side, you walk to the other side. So you get a bit of a hand up in the air, and then it's actually
It's not a hand up in the air, it's a dove.
a dove up in the air.
Yeah.
And then you've got what looks like an earmuff coming down the side.
No. So the crown symbolises the water for baptism and the dove. And so as Christians who've been baptised, we believe that when we're baptised, we share the same baptism as Jesus, because we've been baptised by water and we've prayed for the Holy Spirit to come upon us.
It's quite fun, isn't it?
It is quite good. Yours wiggles around better than mine. So I'm just getting. Can you get me a knife? Oh no, we've got a song.
Well,
Get
we
me a
have
knife
some.
and get a song, and then we'll just make up one or two of these so people can see. And no, a small knife to put the and the songs there. So I'm going to carefully make up some of the custard creams, and Caleb's going to tell you about the song. Can you just hold that? It's a tune. It's Three Blind Mice.
That's what I was going to do.
Ah.
That's all I had to say.
Okay.
No, we're going to do a song to a tune of Three Blind Mice. As you know, in our family, we hold nursery rhymes in high reverence, don't we?
Yeah, we like a song to a nursery rhyme.
Yeah, so the lyrics will be baptised, ! Are you baptised, ? Our Saviour asks us to follow him through the waters of baptism, to follow him every day of our lives and share his love. I think, have we done this song not on Cooking with Kev, have we done this somewhere else before?
We've done it in church.
Yeah, so that's
At a baptism. So we've
some
done.
of you might
yes.
recognise it. Because I thought I recognised it.
So this is one of my greatest hits. So we used this at a baptism at St Mary's Enville. So a shout out to them and a shout out to the person who was baptised. And the grandfather told me he could do a lot better. But if you're watching, Mitch, you never produced anything for me.
Yes, so I think normally you and Lynn normally duet on this. So for those of you who know Lynn, that I'm going to be her today.
Yes. Okay. So the tune,
So
Three
we-
Blind Mice. Right. Okay. You ready?
I can't remember the tune, but here we go.
Three blind mice.
Yeah, that part.
Okay. Be
Baptized, I baptize,
Our
Saviour us to follow him through the waters of baptism, to follow him every day of our lives and share his love. It's a bit high.
Okay, we're going to go a bit lower. I'd say that's one of my better ones. Do you want to read the words out again so people can join in a bit more at home and we'll go a bit lower?
Be baptized, are you baptized? Our Saviour asks us to follow him through the waters of baptism, to follow him every day of our lives and share his love.
Okay. Right, we'll go again.
Be baptized, are you baptized? Our Saviour asks us to follow him through the waters of baptism, to follow him every day of our lives and share his love.
Share his love.
And share. Well, it's not free.
Share his love. Well, I think that's probably all we've got for today.
That's all.
So I've now put the custard creamy bit with the duck. So shall we get a little plate and then we can show people. These aren't very neat. You're going to be able to make a really nice neat job of these, I'm guessing, at home. And they're obviously it's a bit hot, the biscuits, and so the cream centre is melting. But we will bring these up to the camera so you can see them, and then we'll sample it, and then we will too bad, are they?
No, I'm trying to keep them. There we go.
Okay.
Wonderful.
And it's time now for Rudy's recipe for next week. So I'm hoping Rudy's actually gone to bed, but he might come out now. Hello, have you got Rudy's recipe for us for next week?
Yes.
Rudy's gone to bed.
Rudy's back.
Rudy's back. Okay.
Recipe.
So do you want to tell us what we're making? Do you want to hold that? Yeah.
We're going to have a go at double chocolate pudding
Yeah.
next
So
week.
we're going to make this microwavable, and this is suggested by Rachel Farron.
So thank you for that, Rachel.
Yeah.
Rudy's very excited by it. I've got to hold the microphone up.
Yes.
The ingredients you'll need will be 4 ounces of self-raising flour, so we're going imperial this time, 2 tablespoons of cocoa, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 4 ounces of muscovado sugar. Sounds about
Isn't that a cocktail?
4 ounces of butter, 2 eggs beaten,
Yeah.
1 tablespoon of milk, 1 tablespoon of chocolate hazelnut spread or a tablespoon of extra milk, and 4 ounces of chocolate chips.
Yes. So we're not actually going to be back next week. It's 2 weeks' time, which is my fault. So it's 2 weeks' time because I've got a funeral and other things to do. So we're going to be doing fortnightly cooking with Caleb, and we will be back in 2 weeks' time. And in the meantime, do you want to sample of our custard creams?
Oh yes, please. May I have a small one?
Yes.
Oh, it's a star shape.
Yes.
And you want me to eat it on air?
Yes, I want you to eat it on air and tell us how delicious it is.
Okay.
It's a bit hot.
Mmm. That's very delicious.
Excellent. Well, these look very delicious, so we're going to enjoy these now with a cup of coffee, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time. So do take care, do look after yourself. Don't forget to send us your photos of your cooking or of your hats that you've made or your crowns, or anything else really. And if you've got recipe ideas, we'd love to hear from you. If you'd like a t-shirt, the new t-shirts, Cooking with Caleb, The Return, or Rudy's Recipes, then you can let us know, and we will put you in touch with Claire, and she can let you know how much they are, and get them to you. So hopefully we will see you in 2 weeks' time. Bye!